The February 2nd, 2016 open meeting of the Arizona Corporation Commission is back in session. At this point, what I'd like to do is commence public comment.
Use your power to keep Arizona and the San Pedro River unique, beautiful, and a historic treasure for endless generations to come.
As a free market champion, I'm always glad to see the private sector inject private capital into infrastructure growth, not government money, which ultimately comes from the taxpayers. And that's what Sunzia is doing with the proposed transmission line designed to carry power into Pinal County and, indeed, to the entire state of Arizona.
The Sunzia route would open 30 miles of new corridor through the relatively pristine lower San Pedro River Valley. The Commission should not issue a CEC for a new mega transmission line through this area without a truly exceptional reason.
We have bear, we have mountain lion, we have Avelina, we have coati. You name it, it's there.
And to destroy the gem that one's talking about in the San Pedro River would be a tremendous cost to everyone. So just because it's a merchant line does not mean there's no public cost.
What I'd like to do is move to the parties, and please introduce yourselves.
My name is Bert Akin. I'm an attorney with the law firm of Riley Carlock here on behalf of the applicant. To my right is Tom Ray, the project manager for Sunzia.
My name is Peter Else. I'm a pro se intervener without counsel representing myself.
My name is Christina McVie, and I am a pro se intervener as well.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Mick Meter, and I'm a pro se intervener also.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman, members of the Commission. Thank you for your time today to talk about this project. I want to zero in on the portion that we heard most of the testimony from the public or public comment yesterday, which is the lower San Pedro River Valley. All of that route between those two bars on the map are on Arizona State Land Department land. The network of roads you see to the left shows roads of various widths that exist today. The point is, this is not a roadless area. The value of New Mexico wind to Arizona is it complements the fall off of that solar resource. Both the utility and staff agreed on the fact that the Sunzia project would materially increase reliability to the Tucson area. The point is, load is going to grow, demand is going to go along with that load growth. Energy grows, demand's pulled behind energy growth. We need more transmission, we need more resource choices.
Ms. McVie?
The region encompassing the San Pedro watershed within southeastern Arizona ranks as the second most intact, least fragmented habitat in Arizona, next only to the Grand Canyon. The San Pedro River watershed has the highest level of species richness and is the single most biodiverse area within the entire arid Southwest. The record reflects the potential direct, indirect, and cumulative impacts of linear infrastructure features and the risk of collision and electrocution posed by transmission lines to many avian species. Both of my witnesses and others have stressed the need to maintain tree canopy height in the vicinity of the lines where they cross any riparian area, including the numerous tributaries to the lower San Pedro. Many migratory species fly at night, and depending on the species, the height at which they fly varies.
Mr. Meter?
While one can say that Sunzia could provide some increase in reliability on TEPs and SRPs extra high voltage systems, Sunzia does not address any outstanding reliability problems on them. Also, Sunzia does not relieve any congestion on TEP's transmission system. And by that, I mean TEP cannot deliver any more power to its service area because of Sunzia.
Mr. Else?
This is what I see would be the results of deceptive marketing, of marketing a project as renewable energy, not providing proof or third-party evidence that this project would deliver economical renewable energy and instead could potentially end up with, on one side of the scale, a partial final build-out of the Sunzia project, transporting a fossil-dominated energy mix that does not meet the major renewable energy needs and benefits that have been stated repeatedly by the applicant, far outweighed by the fragmentation and degradation of the last remaining desert river watershed available to compensate for impacts in the high-growth watersheds of the Salt, Middle Gila, and Santa Cruz rivers of Arizona.
Commissioner Burns?
I think we need this transmission line. And again, I think if it doesn't get built with private money, it'll get built with ratepayer money. So I think we need to cut our losses and move on with this private investment. And I vote aye.
Commissioner Tobin?
So I share with you my concern for that river, but I find in support of the conclusions of law that the line siting committee drew. And with that, Mr. Chairman, I vote aye.
Commissioner Stump?
Today we have an opportunity to render our infrastructure more reliable for the future at no cost to ratepayers. And so based on the information on the record, I'm convinced a yes vote is in the best interests of Arizona's energy future, and I vote aye.
Commissioner Freese?
I think that there's an awful lot to gain for New Mexico, and we pay a significant price for this. In addition, while I compliment the structure of how this organization is put together because of the thought that's gone into it, I do feel like it's terribly misleading. With that, I vote no.
Chairman Little?
I think we've paid a very dear price for something that may not come to fruition. And I would charge the project, I would charge you strongly to be good stewards, deliver on the promises that you've made today, because this commissioner will certainly be watching in the future for those deliveries. And with that, I vote no. Ladies and gentlemen, by a vote of 3 ayes, 2 nays, the item passes.